Recording has started. I'm back like Return of the Jedi. Sucker MC in the set place that said I could only rock rhymes and only rock crowds, but never rock records. How you like me now? No. Little Kumo D. Anyway, I decided that I can't stick strictly to my production calendar as far as like when I do stuff, since I have to do stuff anyway. I'm supposed to be in writing mode, but I have to make the art anyway, so I'm sort of taking a break from it. So right now I'm using SculptGL. It's a free program that is sort of like, in my opinion, ZBrush. What I'm going to do is make something called a sepenzar. It's basically the arm, wrist, and what would be a hand on us, basically. At least the forearm, wrist, and hand, or something like that. Anyway, we need to make the shape. See what I'm going to do here. I'm going to flatten it out a little bit. I'm going to try to keep the quads. Wait, am I turning them on or off? Oh yeah, keep the quads on. So I'm moving around. I'm moving around geometry, but I'm not adding it, or you know. Right now I'm at 98,000 faces. As long as I don't go over 1 million, because this program doesn't really like it. It's like, no, I'm sorry, sir. I don't like all them polygons, bro. There are easier ways of doing what I'm doing, but I like to sort of have in this way. It's sort of sketchy, even though it's 3D, but so I sort of discover the shapes as I'm doing it. I'm freeing the shapes. One of my teachers was a student of, his teacher was a student of Rodin, so so he said, yeah, you guys can tell people you were third generation students of Rodin. My anatomy teacher. He's actually pretty good. Yeah, he teaches 3D modelers how to make more realistic humans at Industrial Light and Magic and stuff, so he's on that level. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not going to start dropping names, but anyway, so yeah, I'm going to do this for a little while so that I can get it out of my system. Got to make dinner later. Made my wife and daughter some well, one of them was a peanut butter cup. It was several of them, actually. And the other one was like, it was still peanut butter and chocolate, but it was made from a mold of a cute little like rabbit. I think one's a rabbit, one's like a cat, and something else. Then I gave a few, like four of them, to some people at work who actually said that they like chocolate and peanut butter. Because it's funny, I brought some other some tarts that I made, and only one person ate them. The other person, I think she'd eat them because of her diet. But chocolate's good. But somebody else ate it, but the other people didn't eat it. It was sitting there all day, and I just took it on. I was like, so when I came in today with some chocolate. I was like, I'm giving you guys, Apparently you don't think I'm trying to kill you. And then one of them says, I don't care, it was good. No, because I'm like, that was a trust test. be like, if I was gonna poison you or kill you, I wouldn't be using poison. I'm just saying, your metabolism might be different. You know, I mean, if you're gonna kill a whole bunch of people, you should probably do it all at one time. You know what I mean? You don't want anybody getting away. That's what I'm saying. Get that stuff quick. Let's see. I was making something like this before, but I kept turning off the music because it was irritating me. It sounded too much like what's that stupid music? Well, it's not stupid, but when everything sounds like it, you become aware of like, okay, you guys are kind of going overboard. It was too dubstep, and there was a station or a playlist that said drum and bass, but it really wasn't. It was just more like every now and then they would put some stuff that was like I don't know, like recycled drum and bass sounds, like it was like a loop or something like that. It's like, you can't make it a ballad and all of a sudden put some drum and bass stuff in there and then just call it drum and bass. You know, it's through and through. It's like you should be able to listen to any part of it and be able to tell what genre it's from. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of lame. This is kind of lame too. Play whatever. It's background music. It's background music, copyright free, so I don't have to. It's like, I really have some music I want to play, but actually I guess I could reach out to the actual artist. They might say, yeah. Talking to you, Grimes. I need to play your music, girl. I like her music. Her music is cool. Yeah, I've heard this music in people's YouTube videos, I think. Whatever. Just trying to get the overall shape here. Then I'm going to stretch it out. I'll bring that in. It's not being destroyed the way I want it to. Like weird polys. Weird polys. What am I doing? Oh, okay. I shall use move like so. Just put that up in there. Yeah, a while back I was like, you know what? It's like we're using computer stuff, but it's like everything doesn't have to be freaking perfect. It's like you expect when you start using computer stuff, everything has to look perfect. No, it doesn't have to look perfect. Looks weird when it's like perfect anyway. Put that up in there like that. Deal with you later. Deal with you later. Yeah, see the weird polygons right there? Like freaking... Oh, I know what I could do. Did I... Deactivate this. This might be bad. Should tell it to... I'm gonna brush it. Uh-oh. It added a shit ton of geometry because I had turned off the quads, the quadrilaterals, Well, at least I have some volume in there, so it looks, you know, whatever. Happy little mistakes. I'm embracing my inner Bob Ross. Bob Ross was doing 3D stuff or something. Happy little sepenzars. And then maybe over here lives some mesentery. You know, maybe over here we have some microvilli. Some blood vessels and shit. I was about to say a sternocleidomastoid, but this isn't really a, this isn't a neck or anything. Although it makes me think of it, because it was curved. Sternocleidomastoid is this muscle group that kind of like comes from like the base of your head, kind of goes behind your, comes from your ear, down your neck, and then kind of tapers off onto your, over your shoulder and everything. You know, it's pretty cool. You can see it. Some people it's more pronounced than others, especially like bodybuilders. Kind of flows into the deltoids. Yeah, but it's helps with your jaw and stuff. The sternocleidomastoid. One of my favorite anatomical names is the glabella. The glabella. Chromium process. That's a good one. No. The medial epicondyle. That's another good one too. I was telling somebody, I remember I was taking my anatomy test, the final, and my mind went blank. I totally forgot. And it was a special kind of test because it was it wasn't some multiple choice thing. It wasn't like, oh, here's a whole bunch of muscle groups and bones and, you know, label them. It was basically that, but we had to draw it from scratch. So as the teacher said, he's like, yeah, it should be pretty obvious whether or not you guys know what you're doing. Because when you're done, I should be able to look at it, or I will be able to look at it and I can tell whether or not you know your anatomy, which is actually pretty cool because like screw multiple choice and labeling stuff that's already there. But we're talking like you have to draw it. And what we had to do is make 3 separate drawings. One with, it's just bones, so you're literally like drawing every bone in the human body. Second, you're drawing that again and then layering the muscles on top of that. And then you have another one that just has you're doing all that, the bones, the muscle, then you're doing the skin over it. So yeah, he's right. I've always thought about it. I was like, yeah, that is true. It's like if you don't know what you're doing, you can't bullshit it. That's what I like about art. It's like, yeah, there's no real fake it till you make it. Not if you're hardcore about it. It's like, yo. So that's what I like doing. So I'm like, even though I'm doing like some non-human stuff, I can still play around with the real stuff and, you know, make that techno babble seem real, or at least believable, you know. But eventually you have to be like, okay, I'm making up this fake stuff, so it has to be consistent too. So, but which is why I'm doing my stuff in 3D, because it's like, in my case, this is actually for something that once I do it, that's the character, and then they're going to be rigged and everything for animation. So it's like I just have to do it once. You know, unlike a 2D drawing where it's like, I drew it awesome. Uh-oh, now I have to draw it at a slightly different angle. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Like this kind of crap right here, like what I'm doing, will it actually reads very well when you play around with like subsurface scattering and things like that, because it becomes kind of thin on the tips. It looks really, really, really cool. That light, you see it kind of passing through. Kind of like if you looked at somebody's ear in the sun, there'd be some parts where you would see that red glow because the light would be passing through the upper part of their ears. Or, it depends on who the person is. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So in that respect, I'm kind of drawing for what I'm using it for, because I kind of, I know, because from my like previous tests with doing my stuff, I have an idea of like how much detail I need, because I can go crazy with the detail. If I zoom in too close, I'll start like noodling this, and I'll make an indentation, and then I'll start going in there, and then I'll zoom out, and like you can't even see it, and it's just like wasted geometry. So I have to kind of keep my distance. In this program too, like it starts choking on the polygons if you have too many. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I want to make sure I didn't have quads turned off. Oh yeah, I have to. I forgot. I have to. It's a little bit too curved. I have to kind of stretch it out a little bit. Let's see. Kind of like. I came up with the idea of these structures looking at Hyali. I think when I first saw Hyali, I was watching an episode of back in the day, Miami Vice. I thought that was really cool. And then Tron came out. Yeah, too. I don't know if Tron was before that, but yeah, I always liked that. Yeah, the original Tron from 1982. Oh yeah. I guess Tron was first, because I think Miami Vice came out in 85 or something, 84, 85. Something like that. Definitely wasn't in 83 or 82. I know that. But yeah. But I don't think I noticed it as much in Tron. I did notice it, but I didn't know it was based on an actual sport called Hyali. Man, Hyali is dangerous. That's a dangerous game. Man, you can get killed. You hit with that ball. That thing's going crazy fast. And also the curve. There's like a built-in curve to my characters that, which is kind of weird, because I can't apply necessarily. Not all human poses will work on them. It looks weird, but they have their own morphology and flow to their bodies that works. And this one works pretty well. These curves. I don't want it to be like a hook. I want it to kind of flow a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of crap going on in there. I want to neaten it up just a little bit. Not too crazy. So I could go straight for the smooth. Let's see what that does. Because I have a modifier on my key to smooth stuff out. Like every tool that I use, you can smooth it out, but this actually is smooth, so I'm going to see if that works. Ah, cool, it has like these striations. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that actually works better than using the modifier. Yeah, I don't want to do it too much, because I actually like that. I like the way that, I like the way that looks. Like it's being pulled. Like it could be like, like muscle type tissue. Okay, I don't go too much. I want to, yeah, that's cool. Like, I don't care about these little, you know, this kind of crap, because that's free detail for me. I don't care. It'll look pretty cool. And if there's some parts that are really thin and stuff like, as long as they're attached, that's all I care about. If they're not attached, then that's weird. You know, if you have like some crazy ass one-dimensional freaking polygon, you can only see at certain angles. That's not cool. But stuff like this is cool. Yeah. Like what would actually be a mistake. But like I said, this is an arm, so and I'm making a parts library so that I can use this on one of the characters or make a character with it. I mean, actually, it doesn't have to be an arm, but it's probably easy. It almost looks like a head or something. But I am gonna do that. Let's see here. Oh, that's smooth. Okay. Oh, never mind. I remember something called smooth shift in Lightwave. Something called smooth shift. Familiar with that? We used to do that a lot. You start off with a cube, and then smooth shift the character out of it. So it's basically like you're making a character out of a shape. That's how we would do it, yeah. I guess that's kind of like what I'm doing. I guess I learned, yeah. I mean, thinking about it, I guess that's what I did, because I started off with the sphere, and I just kind of pulled all this from the sphere. I'm not taking parts. Yeah, I guess. Wait, let me make sure that symmetry's still on, because I'm not sure. Oh, it is. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I still had symmetry on. Oh wait, let me make this smaller. For a second, just a little bit, this music reminded me of the beginning to Runaways, that show. It's a little bit. I love the theme music to that show. Something about it, I don't know. That was a good show. I like that show. Oh, what's that show that got canceled? I actually liked it. I like how it was a slow burn. Cloak and Dagger. I like that show, man. Because they were really trying to develop those guys, their relationship, their connection to each other. I love that. You know? That's cool. I like that. I like, because it reminds me of like when I was younger and watching some of the more adult animations that Japan was busting out that had like action but had some drama in there. I'm not talking about tentacles and shit. I'm talking about like the stuff that actually had like, it was kind of soapy at times, and I was like, oh, what the hell? I remember like, what the hell, man? Come on. Show me the robots, bro. And then I was like, you know what? I like, it's like I self-corrected in the middle. I was like, you know what? I like that. Because when they do show the action, it's awesome. You know, even though some of the characters, only because of the way they wrote them, were kind of, I didn't like them. Which was the point. I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, let me zoom out. see, there's pinch. I got pinch. Pinch is cool because, like, if you do, what is it? Crease. Like, if you said, I'm going to put a crease in here. Like a deep. Let's say I'm going to put a crease. Let's see if I was going to. Hey, let me see something. Can I? Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. I forgot I have this Wacom tablet that has a little wheel. It's like a wheel you can turn. You can zoom in. Okay, so if I put a deep, like, crease in here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I just messed up the tip to my pen or something. Oh. Damn. Okay. Then if I did the crease and then said pinch, it'll kind of bring it together a little bit. Kind of refines it a little bit. It just makes it more believable, like, hey, that's a fold, right? It doesn't look so intentional. Kind of ties it together. Like, hey, that's really bunching up there. But let me see. I'm going to turn on the quads for a second and do a crease. That's going to, like, bump up the. That's going to bump up the polygons big time. There it is. See. But I just want to see what this does. I usually do stuff like this. Get all up in there. This makes me want to do some. I should probably model some lobsters and stuff. That would be cool. Okay, so then now if I go in with pinch, it'll kind of close it a little bit, but it sort of makes it more believable, you know? Because crease kind of opens it up, but then pinch, of course, well, it does what it does. It brings it back together, but it makes it look like it's not just like I just put a line in there, you know? Kind of bunches it up. Smooths some stuff out, but then tapers stuff, and then other stuff it brings closer together. It just depends. So, like I said, it looks more like believable or something. It looks more interesting. Yeah, it looks more interesting, really. So there's that. See, that looks a little bit interesting. Some of this stuff I have to be reminded, like, it's not that putting a lot of detail is a big problem. It's just I can't go too small, because a lot of this stuff, if I go, like, if I went in here and because this is what I do, I'll like be working at this size and I'll put a whole bunch of stuff in here, and you're just like, all right, that's all fine and dandy, but you're not going to see that stuff when you zoom out. You're not going to see it the way you want to, you know. Like, you're like, okay, I could put this on here, some more detail and stuff, which is cool, but it's too small. So and when you zoom out, you're like, whoa, that's. And then what I do is I might go in any even closer, right, and then up the resolution, and then you're like, whoa, you did all that awesome detail. You zoom out, and like you can't see it. It's like, meh. So it's like kind of like, do it, fine, but just work at a bigger scale. That's all. You know, just don't zoom in too, like. That's not going to really read from like really far away. Some stuff, but you don't, you know what I mean? You're not seeing everything in there. So it's better not to do that. But do it on the larger scale. What I do? I use the brush tool. Okay, so I use the brush tool. Let's put a little nubbin right here. I'm gonna do like that. Make that look like a, I don't know, whatever. I am gonna turn on the quads a little bit, or turn off the quads. Turn off the quads. Okay. It looks like a nose. Like a nose or something. It's a nose. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever. I don't know. I think people get caught up sometimes. Like everybody knows this. Like being an artist, it's like, dude, you don't have to freaking plan out everything. Okay. It's boring. You know. It's like, hey, let it. What is this thing saying? What is it saying it wants to be? Well, actually, generally I have what this wants to be, but the details is kind of like, let it flow. Because that way, it'll look like this stuff actually has meaning. Because it's like, you let it show you what it wanted to be. So I guess it does have meaning. Heard this song before. I've totally heard this song before. I might have listened to this playlist before. This sounds really familiar. Hold on, I'm gonna put the quads. I just thought I wasn't gonna do that, but I have to find out. I know I really should be using ZBrush for this, but I'm always using different programs because I want to know, like, you know, what I want to know the limits, you know. Because apparently there's some app even for the iPad Pro that I could use that kind of looks like this as far as like the quality of stuff. I was like, dude, I could just have a freaking iPad Pro with me, being in a coffee shop or something like that. Nothing special, just a tablet, and then, you know, just go off on that thing. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Because I've been impressed by that pen, that Apple pen that they make for that thing. Because I turned that thing sideways, and it freaking smeared my I think I was using a pencil tool, but it freaking smeared it like I turned a pencil on its side. I was like, and it gave me a broader stroke. I was like, all right, I'm done. No, I sat there. Actually, I sat there for like a half hour, and I drew this picture. Everyone's like, oh my god, I got a crowd of people around me. It was funny, but Yeah, I was like, oh my god, this is what that's exactly how I envisioned how things like that would be in the future, and it's here. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. I'm like, I'll take two, please. No, seriously, check, please. No. I remember doing that when years ago when during the Macworlds they'd have these demonstrations of tech and stuff like that, of like different art packages, but a lot of the people weren't artists who were demoing it. So I would be like, hey, you mind? And like, oh, go for it. And I would start drawing, and then they get big crowds. You know, I'm like, why don't you guys have artists doing this stuff, man? You can't have some salesmen. Artist first, salesman second. Oh yeah, I messed that up actually. I like the way that looked without that. Okay, let me see what that looks like. See what we can do right here. Right here. I said relax topology. I wonder what that looks like if you turn it off. I have no idea. I'm saying relax topology. I don't know what effect that's going to have on here. I turned it off. What the hell was that? I don't know what that was. Hey, what happened to the music? What happened to the music? Oh, something happened to my music. Music? There's a big playlist I was using. Uh-oh. Video paused. I wonder why it paused. I think I pressed something on my keyboard or something. Keep getting these weird spiky things. Doing stuff like this, you end up getting like, it's unavoidable, but you start getting stuff that, you know, a pucker starts looking like a butt. But hey. Oh yeah, I was playing some video game, Division 2, and someone was saying, oh, is that a real monument? They were talking about the Washington Monument, and I'm like, yeah, it's real. It's a big penis. I was like, you know, it'd be, you know, how would stuff look if a lot of that stuff was designed by women? How would the world look? You know, there'd probably be less monolithic structures like that, right? I don't know. I have no idea. But even as a kid, I would look at stuff like that. I'm like, something doesn't seem quite right. What's up with this shape? No, I'm trying. Like, why is everything like anatomy? Oh, there are some things. The shape. It's like, maybe because you got used to it, you can't see any other way. But some of it makes sense. Okay, so now this is where I use pinch, and that kind of will bring it together a little bit. Sort of gives it that polish. It just makes it look like, hey, this is actually you know, it's actually going in there and being bunched up. Because it is just on the surface, but it makes it look like, oh, hey, that's going somewhere. I wonder, you know. And just like with drawing, you have to sometimes follow the shapes. It's one of those subtle things that if you don't do it, then you notice it. But a lot of like a lot of people may not know that. I am gonna have to up me polygons a little bit to get in there. Yeah. Seriously, this kind of music gets on my nerves too, because it just sounds so generic. Why are you playing it? Because it's copyright free. I don't know, it just sounds like a template to me. It's like, I don't like it. It's like you can practically predict what the music is going to go. Watch. It's going to be rabbit. Wait for it. Here it is. It's starting. There it is. See? Right there. It's like, that's what I mean. It's like, this sounds so generic. I remember when I was in high school, I think someone was reading some sappy romance novel or something, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so crap. I could write better than that. Prove it. So I went home and wrote a couple of pages of it was a sex scene, and I described in great detail what was happening. Something to do with being by the fireplace, and you know how the light was meandering in and out of her, on her body, her eager body, and blah blah blah, whatever. I don't know. People had to put it down because it got too hot in the room. Yeah. I described in great detail and everything and all the subtleties, and I was like, see, I can write this crap. Like, okay, I guess. It was so funny. I was like, I can write the crap. Okay. I make music, but I don't do this. It's just when like somebody does it and then other people copy and then do the same thing, then it ends up not being special. You know what I mean? You know, it's just, I don't know. It's like, it's not all bad. It's just, you know, it's like, I like when people can make like a, maybe it's an album, but there's a theme that goes throughout the whole thing that revisits every song. You know, there's a few people that have done stuff that you're like, whoa, it's like freaking, it's like the whole album is a journey, you know, and it definitely sounds like the same person, even though everything's different. It's like, yeah, this is definitely the same person. They had a goal. Because I do like some of the recent stuff too, and I like some of the old stuff. So I'm not like, ugh, everything out there is crap. Like I like Grimes. I like what's her name, Billie Eilish. Her music is pretty cool too. Actually, Billie Eilish and what's her name, Grimes. I mean, those guys, their music, it doesn't sound the same like that, but I mean, they definitely come from the same world, you know. And I think, I'm not because I know Grimes is on the Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack, but I'm wondering if Billie is too, because her music would work as well. It just sounds like really like modern, but it's also drawing from the past, and it's also the future. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. It's really, 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 really cool stuff. And it's not crap either, because they can both sing. That's the thing. You know, so a lot of people are like, ooh, what is that? It's like, no. They can sing, but it's cool. You know, they can just draw from everything. And I appreciate that. Yeah, I like artists that experiment, man. Not that, yo, you have to have a club version, and then you have to have a ballad or whatever. Yeah, man, I'd have to make friends with some people. I'm like, yeah, I can have your music. I don't have to worry about getting a copyright strike or something. Like, let me have your music, man. It's not like I can't listen to it. I can, but I can't record myself and then play that. Let's see how we look now. Oh, I didn't turn off the mask that I had on there. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, let's see. We're back from the dead. You give it some love under here too. Something, I don't know. Hell yeah. Some like nodes, some like lymph node type things, you know? Like some nodules. Nodules. You gotta get the nodules. Oh, I might have to turn on the quads there. There it is. Oh, too much. Yeah, because the way I did it here, there'd be like crazy geometry going on in there, since it's already kind of weird anyway. I don't want to get carried away. Make this bigger intensity. See that intensity, see what that does. So every now and then, like, make it, you know, make it pop out a little bit. Like, there's some stuff right there, there's some stuff right there. Yeah. Yep. Some weird shit going on right there. Yep. Yep. That's the stuff. This crazy ass sax. Cool thing about this is, like, if I get smaller, I can make it like a like they're like veins and stuff, you know. Make it smaller. I don't know how small it has to be, but I know symmetry's on. It'd be better to turn this off, but it might be too small. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I can record myself for the same amount of time playing the video game, and the file will be freaking huge, more huge playing the video game than it is doing something like this. Wonder why? Because my resolution is basically the same. I tell it to match the resolution of the game, but I believe I'm pretty much doing the same thing. 19 something by blah 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 blah. I'm not doing 4K or anything, but I don't know. Yeah, I want to get one of those FreeSync monitors to see. I guess it's one of those things you have to get. It's kind of hard to see what's up on a monitor that isn't even that, but I guess you'd know it when you saw it when you're playing a video game or something. The refresh rate's going to be awesome. For the most part, all the stuff that I could buy online, I can actually buy it locally, and it's not like the prices are jacked up or something. Yeah, just cool. Zoom out a little bit. Oh yeah, let me get give the bottom some love. Let's see. Drag, paint, move. You said move does real quick. Boom, boom. Like, I don't know, create some like overhang type thing. Bulbous type. Okay. Oh, wait a sec. Okay. Now... I don't know what the hell's going on there. Okay, I wasn't trying to make it look so phallic, but I don't know. It's like a lot of the people that I like, I mean that I would not like, but that I like Giger and stuff like that. I think by the time I got into his artwork, like really got into it, I was at the point where I'm like, well, if I get to a point where I can be like him, I'm not gonna do his work. I'll be influenced by it, but I'm not gonna, what's the point in doing someone else's stuff? But yeah, he's definitely one of my influences. Actually, people like Giger, I mean, looking at his stuff, and then, the familiarity with it is kind of like, for me, it made me want to study anatomy more, because I was like, oh yeah, I want to, or anybody that you like, you look at their work, and then you're like, well, let me study their technique, and along the way, you're like, oh, hey, that looks like this thing. Oh, let me learn more about that thing. I'm gonna turn on the quads just to see what this does. Well, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Be like that being said, it's like, okay, yes, I am influenced by Giger. So if the stuff looks kind of sexual, like, yeah, because it does, it is. It's like, because it is. Like, I don't know, that looks kind of like a vagina. I'm like, well, yeah, because yeah, it's not, but it's like, yes, I was thinking of one when I did it. You know, it's like, I don't know what kind of vagina you've been looking at, but not per se. Whatever. That's the thing about Giger stuff. This stuff would work with you on a psychological level. Like, you look at the face hugger. I mean, it's a freaking vagina. It's a hand with the vagina at the middle of it. I mean, like, look at his original drawings. it's like, yeah. Yeah, they actually toned down his artwork for the movies. it's actually toned down. I remember seeing his work at a Comic-Con in the Artist Alley. I was there. I was like, oh, that looks like Giger. Then I look at the bottom. It says Giger. I was like, oh, okay, it is. Well, that's why. There's some something it airbrushed on wood. It was pretty cool. I remember it being cool. Cause yeah. I forgot what it was. What it was of. I had a friend, a girlfriend that was his neighbor. She lived in Switzerland. They were telling me like, oh, we're used to him over here. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Oh my God, you know him? Awesome. See what happens if I throw this on. Yeah, I have to be careful. I'm gonna get some weird geometry in there, and it's gonna be hard cleaning it up. Yeah, it's already when you have like weird orphan geometry, and you know, some of it probably is one-dimensional. Yeah, like it'll probably, well, I'm gonna derez this a little bit, but normally it probably cause problems. Like you can see holes in here, but it's fine. Oh, I didn't mean to do it, but it's fine. But there's like I don't have to make like freaking you know, manifolds and crap like that. Whatever. It doesn't matter if this is solid or not. I better save this. Oh, I didn't know Sculpt GL had its own file format. Okay, whatever. I'll give it I shall call it sepenzar I know I have several of these. I'll just call it 07, I guess. I don't know. Well, hold on, let me see. Apparently, Sculpt GL has its own... I thought that said something SGI. That's why I was like, what? That's old school. Let's see. Sepenzar 07. I'm gonna see, because I just want to see, like, oh, if I imported an object in here, it's gonna look like this. And I suppose if I imported that in here, it's gonna do that. But it's possible if I saved it and, like, say there was a selection, like I had like a mask on here, and I saved it with the mask being turned on, I could probably open it back up again, and it would still be there. I suppose. I don't know. I just heard some Mario in that song. Oh god, they threw everything in there. Let me see. I mean, I've done the same thing. I've made songs which were pretty much just a crap ton of samples. But I was doing that back in the early 2000s. So, whatever. When, what was it? When the soundtrack came out. Apple soundtrack. Yeah, I went crazy with that, man. Alright, that's good enough for now. Oh wait, hold on. We gotta show a little rendering of this thing. See if it looks kind of good. Okay, so I'm gonna save it again one more time. Let me go back to the original. Sepenzar 07. Okay. Yes, replace it. Alright, so we're gonna go to my rendering program of choice. Keyshot. Switching to my mouse. Okay. We're gonna... I think it's in here. Did I call it? Oh no, I think I call it Kit Bash or something. I think. Kit. That's a kit. H-I-J. What did I call it? Oh, Integument Kit. There it is. Okay, and then now Sepenzar 07. Okay, so whatever. Whatevs. Let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna add something on here that will basically, you know, built in like some subsurface scattering action and whatever. Let's get up close, sort of. And then, do I go to a camera? Go to camera? I always forget. Image? Yeah, image. Curve. Oh wait, I close. Oh, I didn't close the program. I was like, why is this running so slow? Unfortunately, KeyShot doesn't render with your GPU. It renders with the CPU, which kind of sucks, actually. I think. I'm like, really, you bastards. It looks kind of weird, but I just wanted an idea of like, I don't have to, like, these days I don't have to do too many like render tests because I just have to pick the mood and then do it, but I know it'll render at a certain way, so I don't have to do too much experimentation. I was rendering a lot of my stuff with like ink outlines, but I found out that it just looks like I crushed the colors, so I don't have to do that. So I can kind of just, all I have to do is just light it right for whatever mood I'm trying to do, and then it'll look fine. Let's see. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, that's basically it. It's, yeah. It'll look awesome. Yeah. And that's just an arm piece, so that combined with the other elements should look cool. Or maybe I'll use it for something else, but the point is I have the stuff. Yeah, and all those little mistakes I made will look nice. I'm gonna res it up a little bit. Check out some of the blockies. Not too much. It's fine. That's it. Later. Matane.